Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What's popping, guys? Welcome to ZeerTalks and welcome to an individual, because I did one with Footy Judgment already. FC Bayern München versus Inter Milan. By the way, go check that out. I will leave that stream there for you guys to see once I'm done with this video. But yeah, listen, you already know what to do. Like and comment your way, of course. Subscribe, press the alarm bells. Go check ZeerTalk socials, and inshallah, bi'idhnillah al-azim, you are well and you are satisfied wherever you may be. Now, the big one that I'm not really too confident in, if I'm being really honest. Now, I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from when I say this. We play a type of football that suits defensive oppositions very well. I mean, if you saw the game against Union Berlin, for example, that should tell you everything you need to know. So we pass the ball U-shaped. And not just U-shaped. I mean, we send the ball back to our defense. Pass. Then maybe we'll get a cross-in, try to head the ball, and we score or we don't score. It depends. Or it gets blocked, whatever. Right? Here's the problem, though. We don't score many chances. This is the problem. And we're playing against a side that Inzaghi's going to coach with a back line that's probably going to consist of Sommer and goal. And, hey, we had him, so we know what he's about. And Judge Mo, who was with us, mentioned that he's been unbelievable for them. I'm not shocked. And they can play this Martinez guy as well, who apparently is good. I don't know. But most likely is going to be on Sommer because he's the more experienced one. We're going to be playing against... Now, there's no Dumfries, but I think Dumfries is a scum anyway. Not scum. Scrub. Anyway, sorry. But I don't know about scum, but he is a scrub. We're playing against Bastoni on left side at center back. We're playing Acerbi, De Vrij, or Bishak, or Pavard. Most likely Pavard. I think Pavard because he used to play for Bayern, so there's an element of an experience there. Although Bishak did an interview today, and I actually thought that his interview was very interesting. Let me read what he said quickly. I have it on my phone. Okay. So he says the follow. Actually, I'll read everything that he's talked about. So here he says, Bishak on how to defend against the likes of Kane and Olise. Ideally, together as a team, no one is above that. When 11 players, we'll do our best to keep Bayern as far away from our goal as possible. Interesting. Now, we'll read another one. Bishak on whether he thinks Inter are slightly favorites due to Bayern injuries. And this is the one I really liked reading. No, really not. We go into the game and prepare for the players who are fit. And ultimately, we want to win every game. We know very well we're playing against a very strong team. Bayern, even with all the injuries, still have very, very strong team. Not like I really agree, but again, mentality. Okay. No one here is jumping off for joy because this or that guy isn't playing. We'll go into the game with the same enthusiasm as if everyone were available. I like what I'm reading from this guy. Hey, Herbal, you want to talk about scouting? Scout this guy right now. Fraud. Anyway, Jan Bishak on what Bayern should expect from his team on Tuesday. They'll face a very organized team, a team that has no problem not having the ball, even though we generally want to have it. We defend very passionately. We don't want to concede a goal ever, not even when we're already 3-0 up. And when we do have the ball, we have phenomenal players in midfield and attack. I'd say it won't be an easy game for either side. I'm optimistic that we can advance to the next round. It's from Kicker. Guys, what he said is not wrong. They are that type of team. They really are. And he also is not underestimating us because he knows what type of club we are in history. He just knows. And that's the mentality a player should have. And that's why I would like to have him one day. German as well. We could do with that. You know what I mean? But that's a different discussion for a different day. And apparently, Judge Mo anyway said he's not been having the best of games. I actually think that's kind of down to experience because whenever I've seen him play, he has been looking a bit more composed and physical. So, hey, let's see how it goes and if he does play against us. But, yeah, so we're talking about them defenders, right? And then we deal with DiMarco. That guy, best wing back in the world. That guy can attack, defend. He can do it all. He can do it all. Tell me one thing he can't do. I'll wait. That guy, brilliant. Bro, that guy can create and score chances from wing back. Nah, man. Brilliant. He's not full back, and people need to understand he's wing back. But different discussion for a different day. I think the weird battle is going to be Leroy Sané most likely against Darmian, because Darmian's going to play, and he's not the best. Not like Dumfries was any good neither. I call him Dumfries for a reason. But Leroy Sané, I mean, come on now, guys. Come on now. Well, we know what Leroy Sané is. We just know. We just know what he is. Yeah, he's scoring random goals, and the last one apparently was an own goal, but he's Leroy thing. He's Leroy thing. There you go. For a reason, right? Because that's all he does. All he does is he's just there, and miss after miss after miss after miss. Like, nah, man, get this guy. Nah, man, he's gonna play. I know that, but we're gonna keep him on a 3-year deal anyway. But weirdly enough, he could get past Darmian, but then again, he has to get through the right center back. So double the work for him. Is he gonna be able to cope? We'll see. Now their midfield: Çalhanoğlu, Barella. How are they gonna cope with that? See, honest question. How are they gonna cope with that? Like, we need to ask. And then Mkhitaryan. Now Mkhitaryan, I mean, he's one of those on his day can do something as well. He's one of those workhorses in the midfield. You know, that just receives the ball, does the work going forward. You know what I mean? But like, what are we gonna do about that? And then now here's the thing: if there's one saving grace for FC Bayern München, Lautaro Martinez and Marcus Thuram. I actually think these guys are likely to miss chances when they do get them. But the more chances they get, they score one. All it takes is one and they score. And that's where I'm not like confident, because I think we'll give them more chances than they should be having. Now, if you told me they're going to have few chances, okay, they'll probably miss them few chances. But now I'm talking about we're going to give them a bit more chances, because our defense is suspicious. I mean, we have a bunch of suspects. I mean, we have Dyer, Kim. You know, how are they gonna cope in transition? And by the way, Mo mentioned a good point. They attack with their wing backs as well. How are we gonna cope with the wing backs being the ones that starts attacks, or that attacks anyway, bro? You know very well, by the way, Çalhanoğlu is gonna make them killer passes. Actually, why am I saying wing backs? It actually starts with Çalhanoğlu usually. Çalhanoğlu is going to be the one starting attack, sorry. Like, he's going to be the one. And you know them wing backs are going to take advantage of that. What are we going to do about that? Bro, I have Lima who's most likely going to play, which, by the way, you'll be shocked. I don't think he should play at all. Just because of that reason alone. Like, you know what I mean? And then left back, I mean, it's probably going to be, Guerrero or Stanisic, which I hope it's Stanisic. I pray to God. But we know what's up, so. Yeah, listen, the whole point of it is, if we're going to win, we have to be very clinical when we do get our chances. You know what I mean? And I think Olise and Kimmich are going to be very important in this game, because they're the two guys that can somewhat create something out of nothing. Another one is Thomas Muller. Weirdly enough, obviously Harry Kane is going to be important to turn up in a big game. Now, no denying that. But to get to Harry Kane, you need the rest to do the job as well. And I just feel like now Jamal Musiala is injured, which is such a shame. We know Davies is injured. We know Opa is injured. We need our attack to do the job, man. It just is what it is. Thomas Muller, listen, we know he's leaving the club. We know that. It is what it is. And now Musiala is injured. Now we know Thomas Muller is going to have so many games. Or not so many games. He's going to have the remaining games all to himself in that position, in the 10. Muller is the type of guy that has highest of IQ like no other. My only concern with him is, will he be able to execute what his brain is telling him to do against Inter Milan, who are not going to give him any breathing room? That is where I'm like, I'm not sure. Now, Olise, maybe. Lise can try to get out of the situation, maybe make a cross into the box, whatever. Or maybe he'll take a shot. Something happens. Who knows? Right? But Thomas Muller, I don't know. And Kimmich probably he'll try to make an attack out of a pass, but then again, Inter Milan are hella organized, so that in itself is difficult. Kimmich's gonna have to have IQ like no other as well. This is why I'm like, where do we really win in this time? If you look at it stylistically, Inzaghi's men has us pulled by the strings. Like I don't like we may as well be their puppets. The way that Inzaghi could outcoach company. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Also, how will a company's in-game management be playing out in this game? Yeah, but this is why I'm not confident at all. Now, I will say, if we win, I'll be the most shameless man on planet Earth. I don't care. It's who I am. I mean, if you can't beat this Bayern München side, oh, I'll be shameless, bro. And if we were to be the best team hypothetically, and you chat down on my team, I'll be on your necks as well. Pause. You know what I mean? It just is who I am, bro, because I don't forget. Yeah, I don't forget what's being mentioned. Either way, when it's with me, you lose situation most of the time. But if I'm being real right now, we ain't winning. We ain't winning, bro. And if we win, cool. Fair play. Didn't know what the doctor ordered. We move. Yeah, man, it's just Inter Milan. Bro, we better not give them the dumbest of opportunities. Like, we better not give them opportunities in the dumbest way possible. Because if that happens, that would be like, I told you so. And by the way, this message for Dyer and for Kim and for everybody in that club, especially the board. Oh, we didn't need Delict. Okay, yeah. Okay, sure. Anyway, I say we get to the lineups because I've been talking for too long. This is my lineups. And let me remove this thing because it is really getting in the way. Now, in goal, Orbeck. But I didn't talk about Orbeck. Orbeck as well is going to be important, man. And it's going to be... I know he played with Bayern Leverkusen in the round 16. Great performance. Not going to take that away from him. And he has been doing good recently. So keep it up. But it's against Inter Milan, man. He's going to need to step up in this game. By the way, I said before, Neuer was going to be our most important player because our goalkeepers are going to be important because of transition. Listen, I'm going to tell you now our most important players out of this 11 that I put here. I think Orbeck is going to be important. I think Muller is going to be important. Olise is going to be important. Obviously, Kane's going to be important. I think them four, and Kimmich as well, five. Them five players are going to be very key to us because I don't trust my backline to do anything. Goretzka is a hit and miss, although he has been improving this season, so I'll give him credit where it's due. Leroy Sané is a scrub, but you never know what this... He'll turn up in some weird moment, and we'll still say he's bad, even though he had a somewhat an okay game or whatever. Or he'll be bad, and he'll score 2 goals. And this guy... that's why I want him out of my club, bro. You know what I mean? Like, just... Yeah, so Orbeck, Olise, Muller, Kane, Kimmich. Those are the 5 players we're talking about here. Out of this 11 that I put up, that are going to be the most important into this game. Orbeck, because our defense stinks, so we're going to need to rely on him to make big saves. Kimmich, because we need him to dictate that midfield like no other. Olise, because we need him to create chance out of nothing. Same with Thomas Muller. And we need him to take up the spaces so that it creates a space for Harry Kane, for example. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And for Leroy Sané and Olise potentially too. So, yeah, listen. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, I think out of this lineup, it's pretty standard. I mean, you know why Dyer and Kim playing injuries. You know why Stanisic should play because Guerrero lying, cheating, and stealing. You're not going to play him. Kimmich already just mentioned it. Goretzka, listen, he can play. He's been playing good this season. Palini had a good game against Augsburg, but even then, I wouldn't play him in this game because, listen, we need. I feel like with Palini, he's one of them guys we should play if we're holding on to the lead, but we're going to have majority of the ball. So the fact that we're going to have majority of the ball, you're better off, at least right now, the way that it has been this season, playing Goretzka. And then, You have Zane, Olise, Muller, Kane. I mean, nothing else much needs to be said. I would have obviously played with Musiala if he was fit, guys, but he's not. You know what I mean? And I always wanted Musiala on the left, but I always have to put him in the 10 because you don't ruin the momentum. Same with Joshua Kimmich. I would love for him to be right back, but his momentum in midfield is so good. There's no point in me ruining that momentum right now. The only momentum I'm trying to ruin is Konrad Leimers. And that's the last thing I'm going to say with this lineup before we move on to prediction, which I mean is pretty obvious because I mentioned it before. But the reason why I play Sasha Bowie instead of Leimer, he had a stinker against Augsburg. Nothing fucking new, right? And you know who his competitor on his side will be? Di fucking Marco. You think Di Marco is gonna struggle against Konrad Leimer? Wait. I don't usually do this on previews, but you know what? I have to do it. No, where is it? No. Where? No. You see? Come on now. Are we really doing this? Are we really doing this? Please tell me we're not doing this. We are doing okay. Listen, Sasha Bowie, he's quicker, he's physical, can do a job for the type of game. It's like when when Man City play Madrid, they play Kyle Walker because they need someone quick and physical and all that stuff. I think in this occasion, that's how I'm thinking with Sasha Bowie. Now, obviously, Walker did it in a higher level, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm by the way, Sasha Bowie, I actually think is a good player. It's just injuries just get to him. It just does. That's the problem. So yeah, I'm putting Sasha Bowie right back, man. Use your squad to the fullest. That's all I can do right now, man. And I hope he don't get injured if he does play. But he's not gonna play. I know that. It's gonna be Konrad Leimer. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So yeah. Prediction, guys. Pretty simple for me. Because we're gonna make life harder for ourselves, and so will Inter make our lives harder for ourselves. 1-1. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below, man. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here, guys. You already know what to do. Like, subscribe, press alarm bells for future content notifications. Predict the games, or the game for me. Let me know what your thoughts are. And go check socials, inshallah you're well wherever you may be. Now I'm gonna bounce. Take care. See you later.